Okay, so here we are again. I wanted to talk about this also as well. I don't think I mentioned it, but I was going to talk about this before that. The topic I just commented on. It's just I still can't believe it. This, like I said, this is why wrestling as a whole is just as far as WWE, yeah, and in WWE is why it's failing because they making unlogical like retarded ass decisions that don't that that's not gonna bring them in more, you know, like talent. It's not gonna elevate their business, their brand, but they don't care much for that because all this right now is just solely for money. But more on this topic. Now this, I'm not gonna also try to laugh too, but I don't know. It's kind of probably also their fault as well too because they probably know how top dollar is. You know, Beef Ab and Swerve the rest of them. But because they did lose their jobs under all this, but I can't believe they still still associating with them even after the fact. So, but let me talk about this and then I'll give my thoughts after I read the article. I wrote it down. But okay, so it says Top Dollar is firing back after it was reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that articles all over basically too, but I guess he mainly saw it in this article, probably that article first, which came out with it. So it was saying that it was reported that on the Wrestling Observer newsletter that he rubbed some people the wrong way while he was in NXT. Basically, just while he was as far as just being there, whether it was in NXT or when he got before a little time he got called up to the main roster. So yeah, basically he was rubbing. He was, I guess, pissing a bit people off. He was pissing kind of a bit of people off as during his time there. And it's like it's not like this is not the first time. But also, you heard these cases, particularly probably infamously now Undertaker saying that I don't believe that shit also, but it's probably just bullshit. But uh, you know, as far as these cases that you hear that a particular wrestler that's piss a whole locker room off or just like rubbing just like how a coworker in like how just you work somewhere if there's a position whether it's like Family Dollar or Walmart, just like in a restaurant or just anywhere in a restaurant, or and you have a particular coworker. It's kind of like high school drama, like middle school stuff. It's just like anywhere, but as far as like how Sean, then you had Mr. Kennedy, a lot of others like just whether they don't particular wrestlers don't like each other, going off that, but yeah, so it was he was said that he was rubbing some people the wrong way, so he was like yeah, making other wrestlers not like him, and this is basically could be the reason why that I guess that even more that he was probably he was probably telling it to Vince, making word to Vince that that Top Dollars caused a bit of commotion. You gotta take care of it, and yeah, pretty much they probably did. Already probably did. And it's like I do understand. Well, let me read this first. So, so after that, basically he was pissing a lot of people off while he was there, and then he said this could also be another reason why for his why his group got fired. But I mean it was inevitable, but anyway, but he just made it more easier, basically for his for Vince to even pull the plug on them, on his whole group, you know, and he was considered a leader. And Top Dollar says that he called up to the WWE offices to tell him that that they made a mistake when B5 got released, and another string of releases. And it's like, yeah, like I was about to say, also, I do understand, yeah, that he's standing up for, standing up for your friend. Y'all work together also too as well. So of course, there's gonna be a lot of friends in wrestling as well too. So he's standing up for your buddy, and you don't like to see him, especially when he get fired, and kind of pisses you off, or you get upset about that, and you want to correct that and voice your frustration. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done that, or y'all seen that, wherever y'all work or anything like that, where it says you had somebody tell y'all a story about one of your friends or anything like that. They got that was a mistake because of how probably had noteworthy they work, and they think it's wrong, and how, or whether it's firing or the mistreatment that they getting. So that's what you can all sort of kind of relate to that. And yeah, he said he called up to the WWE main offices and told them that they made a mistake when B-Fab was released, and then like I said, he was persistent. He was basically the leader, I guess you could say. They were saying he's the leader of the group, and they said Vince was also said to be behind him. I guess because of his size, and you know how Vince feels about size. So he's probably put a run on him. So, and it's after this what happened, but it's probably at the altar at, and then, well, let me get into first. Like I said, let me read it all first, because it's clear, and it says because of the size, but it's clear that a message was sent to him and the rest of the locker room about being too vocal behind the scenes and social media. Yeah, because he was Top Dollar was just like, pretty sure I like I guess you could probably kind of say the same way, or I don't like kind of for the Young Bucks, or Basscaster, some Tony Khan's wrestlers. I don't know if he cares too much about that, but as far as like Vince goes, he's like, yeah, you don't like that shit. And he was, of course, he wasn't necessarily a fan of Top Dollar, talking a lot, talking a lot of mess on social media, and those diss tracks, and how he put a diss track against one of his coworkers, like making Vince even more pissed off, and other people. That's why, because he adopted. That's one of the reasons why there too, like why he was because he removed it. He removed the diss track on Jinder Mahal also, but yeah. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Also, yeah, he's basically the reason why his group got let go. Like I said, I can see like, okay, I guess you get in that part. He's standing up for B-Fab, but he's saying like then it's another instance where you have him you have another scenario of him just behind on social media also, and just everywhere he also as well, everywhere he, even on when he on WWE TV, and not just on social media. He just, if it's not that him, when he was going back and forth with the Young Bucks, he releasing diss tracks, and talking mad disrespectful shit about his coworkers and everything like that. So it's just like you making it much more harder on yourself, and and then his group just wound up getting caught in the crossfires because he was linked to them as well. So they all in the group. So damn. So yeah, he like Top Dollar. He was just like acting like he was going to be all the top in that, and this going to be this stage, and then just straight up like he's going to be at the top of the food chain, WWE and everything like that. And then you get like, like, oh my gosh. he brought this all. He brought this all on himself, and and then he released the disc. He released the track about the 90-day clause because they have a 90-day clause. Of course, they get that 90-day clause that WWE likes to give before not to. I guess the whole purpose behind the clause that WWE gives to when they release talent is I guess they hope by that time, which is like over 3 months, I guess they hope that they hype dies down so that when they go to another company and everything like that, a lot of people is not really checking for them like that, which is like kind of wrong also because didn't it like Malachi Black had the same thing, but he's still having hype. So I guess that's why that's for. So which is pretty fucking slimy, but yeah, he pretty much is basically a message to anybody else, which I'm pretty sure nobody else was doing, but I guess it was just just a in case anybody else wants to open their mouth like Top Dollar and try to talk shit about whether it's coworkers or just about WWE in general. Yeah, you gonna get your ass is gonna get clipped. So I want to read also what he said if I can. Oh damn. Yeah, he also says. Yeah, he said. Yeah, he talks about. He says, "Here's what rubs people the wrong way: standing up for your own when Bree was released, and I called the office myself to tell them they made a mistake. Standing up for yourself, people in the PC told me HITROW wouldn't work for a year and a half, and I never took their advice. So I guess when he was listening to like these the casual these casual geeks on the internet, yeah, and he followed up with another tweet. And I basically said he did never talked about. Trust me, he said he got plenty of stories about how he was disrespected and took it on his chin as a professional. And he said he got tea to spill too as well. And he said he not going to let the BS reports ruin his reputation. Like I understand that as well too, but pretty much they wouldn't. Anybody would care, especially the universe. WWE universe or basically the wrestling community, but like I said, I understand that standing up for yourself, yeah, as well as Ali too. You got some wrestlers that won't take shit, bowing down, and even up to I like that, even though up to like today, like you got wrestlers that won't just get up, lie on their backs and just in fetal position and take it straight up take anything like a bitch and just like I like to stand it up, but they'll stand up and voice their frustration and to see of how if they being mistreated or not, or if just that they know they got the potential they have or they would go forward with it. Like I said, it's also he's Top Dollar is. Yeah, he's been doing shit. It's like, and this is like been for months now. What, for a month or anything like that? And it's just like, I don't know, because they said it's just like he's made it a thing too. Also, or just he's going back on social media, behind the scenes. It's just like, yeah, it just don't make any sense. Like you brought that on yourself, and you got nobody else to blame but yourself. And like I said, he released that diss track against basically, I guess, kind of like a sneak diss at WWE. Because it says 89 days, and I guess because they're not probably like before that, the day before it was like 90 days before that, so I guess it's probably off their contract and everything like that, and yeah, apparently also too, so I guess there'll be another company because Swerve is getting multiple companies interested in him because yeah, he was very hot, basically the next one of the hot commodities right now, so I'm not surprised as well. So, yeah, I guess they'll probably be in another company by the time of that. By the time, I guess, probably a little bit in 2020, 2022 or anything like that. I guess, yeah, it'll be somewhere else. But, yeah, like, if you expect, you expect Okay, you brought it on yourself. And you got nobody to blame but yourself. Like you want somebody you bite the cheese, and you expect some more back. You bite the forbidden fruit, and you're gonna get some of the blowback, like guaranteed. It's like you just gotta be ready for it. But that's pretty much all I had wanted to bring to y'all attention. And all that's everything that was said. And I'll probably talk about because Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. Like I know what's gonna happen. Terrence Crawford took the dub, and I guess we'll see what happens going forward with that. I want to see Crawford versus Canelo, and so hopefully I don't know if it'll happen or not because Canelo trying to go somewhere else to get per overseas to get some to fight somebody else or anything like that. So yeah. Tell me what y'all think about the situation. If y'all have any thoughts or not, or anything like that. Just a voice. If you do, if you have or not. But yeah, that's everything. And I'll see y'all next time. Stay blessed, y'all.